good evening, and welcome. Oh, hold on, this is not big enough. It's too big. Need to crop it down. There we go. Ah, perfect. All right. So, new trailer dropped for Riven. Sorry, demo dropped for Riven, and my dinner's not ready yet. So, let's give her a go. Hit the button, Donnie. Many ages, infinite truths. Old Dunny proverb.
Thank God you've returned. I need your help. There's a great deal of history that you should know, but I'm afraid there's no time to explain. Most of what you'll need to know is in here.
Oh, he's giving me a bag. I like this.
And for reasons you will discover, I can't send you to Riven with a way out. But I can give you this. It appears to be a linking book back here to Dunny, but it's actually a one-person prison.
This is
It's the only way to capture Gen.
This is new narration from Rand.
Here. Once you've freed Catherine, I'll come with a linking book. She'll know how to signal me.
Okay, this is cool.
There's a very good chance, if all this goes well, that you'll be returned to the place that you came from.
Interesting. It's a tighter script.
Until we meet again. Take care, my friend.
Oh, that's how they're doing it. Oh. Okay. First things first. They are retconning Prison Ages out. Which I hate. I hate the fact that they're retconning prison books out. Because otherwise, why would you do that? Can I move? I can move. Okay, so here I am in Kavir. Interesting that they give you control over Kavir. I was wondering what he was doing, but he's got the mist book there. So, in original Riven, excuse me. In original Riven, how you trapped Gen was that he had a linking book back to Dunny here, and he'd made changes to it so that the link didn't complete and it was a one-person trap. And what they seem to have done is retconned that out and replaced it with a normal prison book, which it's a choice because it does mean that Gen still exists here, and that also then future retcons Uru and Mist 4, but it's a cool choice. Like the hand. Do we get the Gen eyes? Do we get the Gen eyes? Do we get the Gen eyes? I didn't see any Gen eyes. If it seems blurry, it's because I'm on medium graphic settings, because I wasn't sure how good it would look. I love this. This is the loading screen. I love that loading screen. Very cool. Okay. So they are retconning prison books out, which I hate because I love prison books. I think it's a cool addition to the lore, but apparently they don't like prison books, which makes me wonder how are they going to deal with Gen? How are you going to deal with capturing Gen? Because the way that the capture of Gen works is that you are in the prison book, unless unless prison unless prison books are real. Loading. Loading. I don't know if this is my computer being slow or probably it's my computer being slow and this game being massive, but it might just be unoptimized. Loading screens. I'm glad I'm not playing this on my laptop. Still loading. It is still loading. Loading forever. It sure is. I guess because is it trying to load the whole planet? I'm assuming it's trying to load the entire planet. Right? Because it's a persistent open world, right? And it's not like original Riven where you had cutscenes and stuff. But even then, why wouldn't you just load like the island? I'm assuming that the demo is just Temple Island. I could go off and have dinner in the meantime. Sorry, what was I doing? I don't know how to make it load better. If I had my copy of a mystery, eating dinner. I'm not eating dinner now. Dinner is in the oven. I was gonna have a sandwich, but I decided instead to have pie. So pie is cooking. If I had my copy of the mystery to hold on. I wonder. Let's see if I can get something from the library. Nope. Book of Address. A-D-R-U-S. Oh, cool. I've got to log in. This is frustrating to me. Gen's boot prints lay heavy around the tiny pool. The lush, well-tended green churned to mud. At one end of the garden, beneath a narrow outcrop, he had dug a shallow grave. Now, as the dawn's light slowly crept over the sands to touch the cleft wall 20 feet above, he covered over the young girl's body, his pale cream desert clothes smeared with her blood and with the dark earth of the cleft. From the steps above, Anna watched, exhausted after the long night. She had done what she could, but the girl had clearly been ill for some months, and the exertions of childbirth had eaten up what little strength remained to her. She had died with a sigh of relief. Even now, in the silence of the dawn, she could hear Gen's howls of anguish, his hurt and angry ranting, could hear the words of blame which, at the time, had washed over her. It was her fault. Everything was her fault. So it was, so it had always been. He turned, finished, and looked up at her. No love in that cold, penetrating gaze. 19 he was, just 19. "Will you stay?" she asked wearily. His answer was a terse shake of the head. Almost belligerently he stomped across the surface of the garden, churning up yet more of her precious growing space, oblivious, it seemed, to the significance of what he did. She watched him crouch beside the pool, unable in her heart to be angry with him, for all he'd done and said. No, for she knew what he must be feeling. She knew herself how that felt, to lose the focus of one's life, the meaning. She looked down at her unwashed hands and slowly shook her head. Why come when there was nothing she could do to help? But she knew the answer. He had come only because there was no one else to turn to. He had not wanted to come, but desperation had shaped his course. Knowing his wife was ill, he had remembered his mother's healing powers, but he had come too late. Too late for her, anyway. Anna raised her head, hearing the baby's cries. Stretching, she stood, then went down to the narrow steps, ducking beneath the stone lintel into the interior. The baby was in the inner chamber. She crossed the room and ducked inside as its cries grew louder. She stood over it in a moment, staring down at its pale blue eyes, then picked it up, cradling it against her. "You poor thing," she whispered, kissing its neck, feeling it relax against her. "You poor, poor thing." She went out and stood against the rail, watching as Gen crouched by the pool, washing. She saw how the pool was muddied, its precious liquid sullied. Again there was carelessness about his actions that angered her. He was thoughtless. Gen had always been thoughtless. But she held her tongue, knowing that it was not the moment to mention such things. "You want me to trust the child for the journey?" But Gen did not answer, and for a moment she thought that maybe he had not heard, but when she went to speak again he turned and glared her. "Keep it! Bury it with its mother if you must, but don't bother me with it. You saved it. You look after it." She bristled, then held the child out over the gap. "This is your son, Gen, your son. You gave him life. You're responsible for him. That is the way of things in this world." Gen turned away. She drew the child back. As she did, it began to cry again. Below her, Gen stamped across the churned ground and quickly climbed the steps, pushing past her roughly to go inside. A moment later he was back, his glasses perched on his head. Anna stared at him, noting that he had discarded his cloak. "Your cloak, Gen. You'll need your cloak out there." He turned from her, looking out towards the lip of the volcano just visible from where they stood. "Keep it," he said, his eyes moving fleetingly across her face. "I'll not need it any more." His words frightened her, made her fear for his sanity after all that had happened. She stared at the child in her arms, not knowing at that moment what was best, even though she was determined he would hold the child once before he went. She made to give the child again, but he brushed past her and stepped out onto the rope bridge. In a moment, he was gone. "But you didn't name him," she said quietly, holding the baby tight against her. "You didn't even name him." Within the great volcano's shadow, the desert floor was fractured. There was a crack some 80 feet by 15. Oh, sorry. There, in a crack some 80 feet by 15, the darkness was intense. The casual eye might indeed have passed on, thinking it no more than a natural feature, but for the strange lip, a wall of stone some 6 or 5 feet high that surrounded it. For a moment all was still, then a tall, cloakless figure climbed up into the lip of the cleft wall, stepping out into the dawn light. All was silence, a silence as only such desert places possessed. In the cool of the desert dawn, a mist rose from the warm heart of the volcano, wreathing it in a faint, mysterious veil. Anna watched as the tall, cloakless figure climbed the volcano's slope, the mist swirling about him, concealing then revealing him again. The heavy lenses he wore gave his head a strange yet distinctive shape. For a moment he stood there, his head turned, looking back at the dark gash of the cleft a mile above him. His tall, imperious shape, backlit by the sun that bled through the shifting layers of haze. Then, with a dreamlike slowness, like a spectre stepping out into nothingness, he turned and vanished. It's still friggin' loading! How long has this loading screen been going for? Like 15 minutes? I'm gonna try it. What do I do here? It's taking forever to load. I read the whole chapter, the prologue of the first book, and it's still loading. This doesn't fill me with confidence for the game, I'll be honest. This is nuts. This is disappointing. You know what? I'm gonna go off and check on my dinner. So that's at least 20 minutes, which is unacceptable. So either the game's crashed, which is likely. It's a demo. Probably an unstable build. Alright. So we'll give it another go. And then if it doesn't work, we'll play something else. What I'm going to do is I'm going to boot it up on the lowest game quality. So it's on medium, which shouldn't be an issue. But we'll boot it up on the lowest game quality, and we'll just see if we can get this demo to run. It says I've played the demo for 47 minutes, and I very much doubt that. It may just be a case where my sorry, my phone was on. It may just be a case where my computer is just not good enough to run it, and struggled a bit with Firmament, but I was able to get Firmament to run. Sorry. So, I don't know. So let's dial everything way back and just see if we can get fundamental function. Because if I can't get a demo to run, I sure as hell am not buying the game. Ah, my old friend. You've returned. Okay. Favors performance. Oh, that's what we want. We want performance. Favors visuals. Epic visuals. Favors performance. Okay. Low, 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 low. Why? Let's see if that does anything.
Thank God you've returned. I need your help.
The bad draw distance. Seriously, they've never managed to get 3D models looking.
There's a great deal of history.
He looks like he's just slightly better than out of a Nancy Drew game. And I like the Nancy Drew games, don't get me wrong.
Most of what you'll need to know is in here. And for reasons you will discover, I can't send you to...
I understand not having the FMV, but like... It's just not the same without FMV.
It appears to be a linking book back here to Dunny. It's actually a one-person prison. It's the only way to capture Gen.
Yeah, so he says it's a one-person prison, so prison books have to exist.
Here. Once you've freed Catherine, I'll come with a linking book. She'll know how to signal me. There's a very good chance, if all this goes well, that you'll be returned to the place that you came
Bye. I'm assuming he's linking back to Mist. Okay, set a counter. 36 minutes. Don't you give me a linking sound when you haven't linked. Don't offer me the premise of linking. I'll give it 5 minutes. And if it doesn't link in 5 minutes, then we'll do something else and I'll unlist it from my Steam wish list. Because I just, if I can't get the thing to run, there's no point in me playing it. Oh, don't say hello, good sir, to me. I've been spending like the past half hour trying to get this game to run. We get stuck on a loading screen and then it just does nothing. I'm about to, once I've had my dinner, I'm going to give up and play something else. I'm giving it one last chance. Hello, father. I'm not father. It's Daddy Atris's hand you got going on there. Though this game is terrible for fathers. You're telling me it's a bummer? I've been looking forward to this for years. Now I finally get it, I can only get the intro cutscene to run. When I actually try and go to Riven, we get stuck in a loading screen for, well, 15 minutes or so. I read the entire prologue of the book. You didn't see what game I'm playing because I'm not playing a game, I'm watching a loading screen. Alright, this one's just for me.
It's the loading screen. It's the loading screen. I can't believe this cartoon is just all the loading screen. It's the loading screen. It's the loading screen. I can't believe this cartoon is just all the loading screen. It's the loading screen.
What a load!
Loading screen.
A total load!
This cartoon.
A pant load!
Loading screen.
It's the loading screen! It's the loading screen! I can't believe this cartoon is just on the loading screen!
It's the loading screen.
What a load!
The loading screen.
A total load!
Loading screen.
What a load!
Loading screen.
Come and take a peep at all these loading screens and tell me, have you seen all that the load can bring? Just a little something while a cartoon loads. Watch a looping animation that you can behold. All the wonders Coach Z's been talking about. Dope tracks and dope beats, I can offer you that. So much more of Coach Z yet remains to be seen. Yo, Homestar, come and peep these loading screens.
Hey, I remember that loading screen. Do you remember that loading screen? Does your friend remember that loading screen? Maybe you should tell them all about that loading screen.
It's the loading screen! It's the loading screen! I can't believe this cartoon is just all the loading screens! It's the loading screen! It's the loading screen! Is this cartoon seriously just all the loading screens?
It's the loading screen. It's the loading screen. I can't believe this cartoon is just all the loading screens. I like that loading screen. I love that loading screen. I don't like that loading screen. I kind of like that loading screen. Tap that foot, old Homestar Warrior. Tap that foot, tap that foot, tap that foot, old Homestar Warrior. Tap that foot, tap that foot, tap that foot, old Homestar Warrior. Tap that foot, tap that foot, tap that foot. Come on, old Homestar, tap that foot.
Yeah, okay, so I guess we're not playing Riven tonight. Actually, do I have original Riven? Do I? Hold on. I don't know if I have original Riven on here. I do! I can actually play actual Riven! Do I do it? You know what would be great? If I kept this version of Riven on in the background and I played original Riven. That's the kind of dumb... Okay, hold on. Because I've not played original Riven in like 2 years, maybe. Please, do I have it? Good old games, gotta open. Update later. Oh, I may not have it on. It says I've only got one game installed and I don't know if it's Riven. Nope. Apparently I got it. Okay, I'm going to need to get some wine. Because this is such a dumb idea, but because I want to be able to see the new Riven in the background if and when it decides to pop up. This is a dumb idea. All right, give me 2 seconds. I'll be back. I need notebooks. You are not a notebook. But you. No. Oh, wait, hold on. I've got this wonderful old school notebook that I got from Kmart at the start of the year. It's like leather bound. It actually looks like a Denis journal, so it should be good. All right. Okay. All right. So call this playing old Riven while new Riven is stuck on a loading screen. Cool, fantastic. This is a wonderful idea. I'm glad to be a part of it. Now you might be like, wait a minute, if Riven is one of your favorite games, why do you need to take notes? It's because I don't remember any of it. That's why I only play it a couple of years apart, because I remember how to solve all the puzzles. Got no bloody clue what the puzzles are, but I remember how to solve them. Okay. Yep, it's all good. 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 Okay. Let's go. Ubisoft, you don't belong here. This game was made by Broderbund. Ah. So good. I'm drowning in sound. I've been meaning to play this for a while.
Thank God you've returned. I need your help.
Look at, he's so
There's a
young.
great deal of history that you should know. But I'm afraid that I must continue my writing. Here. Most of what you'll need to know is in there. Keep it well hidden. For reasons you'll discover, I can't send you to Riven with a way out. But I can give you this. It appears to be a linking book back here to Dunny. But it's actually a one-man prison. You'll need it, I'm afraid, to capture Gan. Once you've found Catherine, signal me, and I'll come with a linking book to bring us back.
Yes. Riven is a FMV game, so it's filmed actors on green screen sets.
There's also a chance, if this all goes well, that I might be able to get you back.
Look at this.
to the place that you
Look
came
very closely. There are eyes in this video. There's one. There's one. love this game so much. Hey. Oi, buddy. Over here. Over here! Yes, me.
줘?
Chore to you too. I don't understand what you're saying, but okay.
다게만 레코아 다게만 무수 레코아
Your dunny is shit.
미시라
No,
무티가 무고하나이
I'm not giving you the book.
미시라
No, I'm not giving you the book. I'm not giving you the book.
무고하나이
I'm not giving you the book. No,
미시라
no. I'm not giving you the book. No, no. Don't. No, I'm not. Give back. Give that back. That's not for you. I need that. Don't touch that. He doesn't speak English. I don't know. Great. Cool. Cool. Hello? Stuck in a cage. Hello? 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 Fuck. Cage. Don't. No, don't. I need that. Don't touch the book. Don't. Yes? Okay, the video's lagging. Come. Well spit. Welcome to Riven! I don't know what he's saying in Rivenese, but there's a he starts speaking in Rivenese, and then he's like, wait a minute, I gotta say something, and he says Rakoa. Tageba Pitsu Rakoa, which basically means give me the book. Rakoa is the book. So it's like give to me you the book. Or give to me you the book, I believe is the direct translation into Dunny. But it's bad Dunny. Anyway, my hand immediately went to WASD? This is not a WASD game, this is 100% a mouse game. This game is so pretty. Also our boy Cho over here. Hopefully he's alright. I see. Cool. Also, yeah, little known camera angle. You can actually see the pipe go into the rock wall. And can you look up? Can't look up. Can we look up from here? No. Also, one thing you may not have noticed is to start off is that, well, actually, first things first, you've got this giant dagger, which is the same as this giant dagger. But also, the ground here appears to be, metal, rock, and then this metal plating that's been jutted into the ground here, upon which this thing is overlooking. Got an island in the distance with a forest and something over here. I don't actually know what that is. I think I know what that is. And rails. So the rails seem to come across here, come around, and then in. And then there's more rails that come off in that direction. Behind this big-ass dome. I have a question to people if they are watching. Did you want me to do this bit first, or did you want me to do this bit first? Just let me know. So do you want to go from here? Do you want me to go left or right? I will throw myself on chat. Right. Cool. Done. So we're heading down across to... oh, here we go. You can see this is a track over here to another island. So that's our third island. And then there's appear to be a track that comes around and seemingly behind this dome. But we can't see anything over here, so maybe there's... It might loop around to the backside of this dome, or there might be another island there. Also, this is one of my favorite games of all time, if no one's noticed. Don't tell me to follow my heart. I'm going to follow chat. Riven demo is still loading, by the way. Love that touch. I'm drowning in ambience. Cool. The game never explains what this chair does. You can deduce what this chair does, but it is never stated outright what this chair does. And it is not stated what I am doing right now. How's the volume, by the way? Let me know how the volume is, because I've just got it blasting in my ears right now. Cage closes behind me. Cool. Oh, Nexus, I don't think you... Tell me, have I or have I not gone on about how much I love Myst to you? Because I'm sure that even if I have told you how much I love Myst, I've not really told you how much I love Myst. Oh, it's so good. The music in this game is exquisite. Big round cage with a pentagon behind it. Can we can't look at the medallions. Demo's still loading. And it looks like fruits, maybe a gourd that may be like a bottle of some kind. Excuse me, I need to cough. And some flowers. Yeah, it's definitely a bottle. Offerings! We have ourselves a temple. What's interesting is that it would seem that these lanterns are lit. And I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure those are not. I love the way it fades out. I'm pretty sure those are not normal lanterns. Okay, so we've got another island over here. So we've got one. We're on an island here. We've got an island over here, an island over here, and then we've got our island over here. So back in the 90s, when I would show people this game, and I knew I was so bad at this game back in the 90s, I could only ever play it with a walkthrough. But if I wanted to show people how cool this game was, this is what I would show them. This bit. Hands in the air. Whee. Oh. Okay, I have started my notes because from this point, I need notes. Please input disc 5. I think Jungle Island was disc 5. Sorry, I need to take that note again. See, this is the thing. Even when I know how to solve all the puzzles, I still need to take notes because I forget what the puzzles are. I love the ambience in this game. Look at all these lights. Let me if you want me to know. Also, button. Let's go... Left or right, people? Left. Cool. Fantastic. Oh, this is a good one. Okay. Shh. Everyone be quiet. This is actually a timing puzzle. If you go down these stairs too quick... Actually, I can show it to you. Oh. Stream from 2021. So there you go. The last time I played this was in 2021. Apparently, I have... so, hold on. I have my first stream, and then I have my stream from 2021, which has a phrase, chat demands balls. Good to know. So there you go. I haven't played this game in 3 years. Okay. So if you go down the stairs too fast, this happens. And you probably wouldn't think anything of it, because that's... Okay, sure, it's a cutscene. But... if You go slowly. Wait. Shh. Okay, cool. Shh. Wait. Okay. It's a different cutscene. Crikey dingo, everybody! Hello? Oh, good. Crikey dingo, everybody! These sunners down at the lagoon here on Riven are pretty sensitive to when people come by. Might be because they've been hunted, or it might be because their planet is doomed and is going to rip itself apart because it was written by a guy who's really shit at writing. Let's be quiet and climb up behind them. We can hear their call. Damn it! I've never gotten that cutscene before. I've actually never gotten that cutscene before. I didn't know that was a... How old... Okay, when did we get this game? We got Ages of Mist, which was the 5th anniversary edition, so that would have been 1998 we first got this game. It is now 2024, and I've never seen that cutscene before. No, it's not Krieki. It's Crikey dingo. It's an OI, Crikey. What? What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? Why can't I get the cutscene to play? What am I doing wrong? Here we go. Many people go and play the whole game without knowing that this cutscene exists. But as I previously mentioned, I just saw a cutscene. Yeah, it's the actual Australian spelling is Crikey. That's how you spell crikey. Yeah, when I do the broad Australian accent, it's specifically in OI. You didn't spell something right? No, you did. Sorry. By the way, the old Riven demo is still loading. Still going. I could speedrun if I wanted to. How is it still loading? Because it's a demo of a badly optimized game that probably is too intensive for my computer. What would you describe this sound as being? Okay, whales. If chat tells me it's whales, it is whales. This is a tree. This is a tree stump. Why are these lights? Sure, it's fine. So this lagoon seems to have, holes in it. Did I mention that this game is also a sequel to the book that I read a bit earlier? That sounds like a beetle to me. Don't get eaten? Ah, she'll be right. And looks like a beetle too. See? Beetle. Legs. Anyway. Let's go down this ladder. That's a big timber thingy. Cool. Got a ladder down into the lake, but nothing to go. And if you look very closely, you can actually see here and around here and around here. This is actually dry. See, the water ends here. Goes around here. This is all water, but this is completely dry. I think that's just wind. I think it's just wind. Hold on. Oh, you can see again here, so that depression is there. You can see a building over here. You can see another ladder there, and another depression. There's another one over there. Another one over here says hole, 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 hole. It's not exactly clear, but there's another ladder here. And there's this thing in the middle of the thing, which is this rock. It has a band through the middle, and this thing coming out of it. And then across from me, we've got this big old thingy. And then a gantry coming down. And that is all we can do here for now. Are you glad we went left? That is literally everything. Hold on. Yep. Ah, the sun is back. No, they are not. It's not entirely clear, but this is supposed to be another one of those big daggers. Can you see it? kind of. So, this over here is the plateau where we started. And this is next to the big dome, and there's a line you can see it's coming down from the dome and out. But it also looks like there's a bridge coming across from the dome towards this flat island over here. And then there's a little building there, which we saw. And then we came over there. And then this is the plateau that we used to come over here. It's a lovely day for it. Now I do have a question, which is, there is a minecart here. Did you want to ride in the minecart? Or did you not want to ride in the minecart? We can go into the forest. Spooky. We can go down here. Do you want the minecart? Do you want the spooky forest? Where do you want to go? Give me options, chat. I am your dancing monkey. During the meanwhile, it's still loading. It's still loading. Look at it. Still going. All right, you can't choose. All right, well, then we're doing the minecart then. If you can't choose, you ready for a ride? Please ensure your tote tray is kept in the upright position. If you find yourself drinking any water, please ensure that you do partake of the Rivenese powder. Please do not touch the heat rings. From this game onwards, Myst became known for the concept of the ride, which was the thing that you got once you completed an age or completed a level or a world. But in this game, you just had them. You just had your rides. It was really Myst 3 that codified the concept of the end of level ride. You touched a heat. Well, I mean, now you're on. Now your fingers are burned. Welcome to our third island. This is Crater Island, and the the teal color of the water implies a high copper amount. It's a good thing that machine wasn't working. Big old pile of wood chips. Let's have a look at this old brick monstrosity we got going on here. It appears to be on fire at the moment. Generally, in my experience, this is kind of the first major puzzle of the game that people come across and can actually solve. There are, in truth, only 2 big puzzles in the game. There are a handful of other puzzles. I really want to say that there are 5 puzzles in the game, just because it's Riven. but I don't know what they would be. What would they be? Like figuring out the numbers. Ring of Stones. Great Golden Dome, the boiler, and the colors, maybe? That's 5. That's 5 puzzles. I actually forget how to do this. Okay, that shut off the gas. Did it do anything else? Oh, right. Gotta go over here. I'll show you this actually. So you hear that sound? That's gas. That's natural gas that's being piped up. So if I come over here, because I'm piping the gas towards this generator. That could have happened to us. It's a good thing the gas wasn't pointed at the wood chipper. So I believe we want to put the wood chipper, put the gas towards the boiler. Just trying to remember. Oh, cool. Oh, I've already solved the puzzle. Whoops. Isn't it great when you accidentally solve a puzzle? But the water's still up. No? Okay, what happens if I go in? Oh, the sound design is excellent in this game, Dinky. It's so good. Okay, so can I get into... No, I can't. So the water level is up. So I can't get down there, and that appears to be a grate. Is that a grate? I think that's a grate. Oh, we're in friggin' sulfur mining age from firmament again. God, that game was just such a disappointment. And the ending sucked donkey balls. Just trying to think, what do I need to do? I think that's it. Floor is up. I literally don't know how this machine works. I've played this game for 26 years, and I don't know how this machine works. But it's open. So let's go down the spooky tunnel. I am clicking forward, by the way. Look. See? Let's go back down. Click. 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 The echo. Click. And indeed it was a spooky tunnel through the mountain, because now we are on the other side, overlooking the big wide open sea. There's an island over there. Can't see anything over here, so we'll go up over this thing, and then we open up this. And then for reasons that I'm not going to explain... Oh. There was originally a book press somewhere around here, but they took it out because people thought that it was part of a puzzle, and it was just world building. Oh, wait a minute, nope. Down here. Alright, and now, my dear friends, I would like to show you one of the most fiendish puzzles of the 90s. Because already it's coming in Riven. And I've played Riven a whole bunch of times, so I already know this stuff is here. But whenever you play this, whenever you watch people stream this, eventually they'll get stuck because they're like, I don't know what to do. They're missing something. Now, when I was a kid, I had the 5th anniversary edition, and it came with a cheat sheet. And one of the cheats on the cheat sheet were sometimes what you're looking for can be found behind an open door. You can close the doors behind you. And there's tunnels there. Alright, let's go. No, wait, no. I love watching people struggle with this. And they're like, I don't know what I'm doing. I get so stuck. And we're like, hee 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 hee. This is literally a secret tunnel through the mountains, Nexus. Yes, you are correct. And we meet our first old friend of the rotating domes. Big old pipe coming down in here and into there. You remember Jet? Yeah, you remember. I loved it. Actually, hold on. Just give me 2 shakes. Two seconds, Sam. Slash. Oh. All right. So. And the best thing about this is so good because the game does it again. It's just done it to you. Oh, hold on. You can't see me. Where am I? Boop. There we go. Sorry. You couldn't see me all that time. I'm still here. Hi. It's fine. Okay. This one more than the other one I really need to pay attention to. Okay. Cool. You may notice it's a big gold dome. Not unlike the big gold dome that we've previously seen, and it's not entirely clear, but there's a book in there. And books are magic and mist. We love books. I love books so much. But anyway, I just wanted to take a note of that. Oh, you know what I realized? I'm going to have to loop around and come back. Okay, while we're talking about bitch puzzles. Okay, apparently that's already working. Cool. Hey, it's our friend the Golden Dome. Also, wait, hold on. If you go into Steam right now and you look up Riven, the banner image is this. It's this image. Specifically New Riven. I will remind you all that New Riven looks like this. It's still loading. It's been an hour. It doesn't like my computer at all. Actually, I'll just quickly get into my wish list, because if the game doesn't work, then I don't want it on my wish list. Mainly because I don't want people to waste their money on it. Because someone wasted their money on buying me a gas station simulator. And they bought it for me as a present and it wouldn't work. And so had to refund it, and just trying to remember what they got me instead. I think they got me Final Fantasy X or something. You know what I might do? I might actually just get a quick refill of the vino. So I will leave you here with the dulcet tones of Disc 2. Hold on. The dulcet tones of Disc 2. So back in the 90s, actually before I go, I'll just explain this to you. Back in the 90s, there was this thing amongst adventure gamers. You don't hear this phrase anymore. I've not heard it mentioned outside of references in 20 years at most. It was called Mist Shock. MYSTSHOCK. And it basically resorted to when you are playing a first-person adventure game like this, not an adventure game like King's Quest or thing, like something like this, or Schism or Genuine Project or something, but definitely Myst and the Myst clones, Dormue's, what was it called? Sentinel Descendants in Time was one that I played, where you just got stuck on a puzzle. And you're just doing this. Trying to figure out what it is that you've done wrong. Pushing a lever backwards and forwards in the hope that you'll figure out a solution. There was a reason why adventure games did die in the 90s. There were a bunch of reasons. One, the storytelling in other games got better. And two, the actual mechanics of adventure games got worse. We can only see the loading screen. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I'm doing this. I'm just doing this. Just pushing a lever forwards and backwards. Hoping that you'll figure out what it is that you're doing wrong. So you'll notice there is a pipe seemingly coming to here from this steam vent. But then there's also a big pipe that's going straight up into the dome. And you'll notice big pipe coming down, big pipe coming up across, and we saw where that pipe went to. It went to the rotating dome. You can also see this building over here, and this is actually, that's where I came from, because you can see the track coming down across here and then down into the water. And then this is a different track that goes over into an island over there. Yeah, into this island. So you can see this track here. You can see how this game would be much easier to navigate in a full 3D environment. But unfortunately, we tried that and it wouldn't run. This cable seems to be coming down here. Coming along here. No, I do want this off. Right. I forgot. I want it off. I don't want it on. Actually, I'll show you why I don't want it on. It's on. But if I turn it off... Oh. I remember my drama teacher had such an issue with this puzzle. She was trying to explain it to me. She's like, there's this machine and it's got these things that you put things into. And I'm like, is it this? And she's like, no, it's this other thing. And I realized years later that it was the machine that I just went past. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you this machine. Also, it's not going up. Alright. I'm going to take a little bit of a break. And I will see you in a moment. Alright, we're back. Hi. Also, I'm very mad at Nymph because she's playing Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood, and I would love to watch her first play Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood, so... Anyway... So you had that big old thump in the background. Wonder what that was all about. Let's find out. I'll drop a save here. That's going off. Cool. We've heard that sound before. In Mist 3, this is Mist 2, but in Mist 3 there is actually a whole world that is dedicated to conjuring up balls made of ice that you then roll down like roller coaster chutes. And then at the end of the level, you get put in one of those balls and then basically roll around the whole world. It's a lot of people's favorite, but for me, I just find it boring because it's just there to be cool. Hey kids, you want story time? I like story time, and I realized that I was given a book that I haven't actually read. Now, more than anything, I will massage your cochlears with my ears. I will massage your cochlears with my ear. Never mind. Right. They held for more than 30 years, but the corrections I made to Riven have finally failed. The island has resumed the familiar pattern of decay that is the hallmark. I should do an Aisha's voice. That is the hallmark of my father's work. I must now race to implement this new patch before... He says patch! He says let's implement the new patch! Before it's too late. I only hope that my revised theories are sound. No, he wouldn't say theories are sound. He'd say theories are sound. Revisions to Riven completed. There are still a number of minor adjustments which need to be made, but the basic corrections have been entered and should be working. Something's not right. I've been monitoring the instruments for several hours now, but have thus far observed no change. It's possible that I've made an error, but I've checked my entry against the pre-notation and can find no discrepancy. I've not had a rest in nearly 3 days, so it may be that I'm just not seeing it. If the fault is with my foundational assumptions, however, perhaps after a short rest I will see something. Success! It appears that my repairs have been effective after all. The gateway image has become noticeably clearer, and although it is impossible to know this with absolute certainty, the island seems to have quieted itself. Just a few more weeks of work and I should be free, at last, to go there myself and attempt to bring Catherine back. Spoilers, we know that didn't happen because we're here. The past 8 months have left me little time to think, to devise a strategy for getting her out of there. I've received no sign from her in all that time, and I'm afraid that... No, I must assume that she is all right, lest my fears undermine my efforts to bring her back. I did not create the Age of Riven. Unlike my father, I've never presumed to have such power. Yet the future of all those who live there has fallen into my hands. This is a recurring character trait for Atreus. He has a savior complex. It does not get better, and he ends up imparting this onto his daughter. That does also not end well. So far, I've managed to read the page before it turns. The island continues to appear stable, but I would like to believe that I have saved a dying world But the theories of one individual cannot support the lives of real people indefinitely. I must get everyone off of Riven as soon as possible. The problem now is Gen. I'll never. Oh, by the way, the reading that I made at the start of the stream while we were trying to do the load, and then I went off and had dinner. The baby was Atris. This guy. I'll never be able to rescue Catherine and relocate the islanders if he is still the man he once was. I haven't seen him in over 30 years, but his history forces me to assume that he's still a threat. His myopic mission to restore the Dunny civilization has left too many innocent cultures dying in its wake. This is all book stuff. So this is all stuff from Miss the Book of Atris. And would continue to do so if he were to once again be free of the confines of Riven, or the Fifth Age as he coldly titled it. The universe has been safe from his corruptive influence for the last 33 years, because no one has been able to leave that age. The last linking book out of Riven having been lost in the Star Fissure upon my return to Mist. That was my intention, to maroon my father. I really should have read this at the start of the game. Because this is the backstory for people who haven't read the books. To maroon my father on Riven by removing all existing links to other worlds. Since the art of constructing books had long been lost with the fall of the Dunny, he would be trapped there for the remainder of his lifetime. Yeah, good luck with that. And effectively segregated from the countless other worlds that he would have invaded. In effect, that is what we achieved, but the way it fell, however, was no one's ideal. Though the sting of the incident has gradually faded from my memory, the deep pain of the responsibility for what actually came to be has never left me. The time it all seems so clear. Gen's destructive path could not be allowed to continue. But it was never my choice that the innocent inhabitants of Riven, who had already suffered so much, would be the ones to pay for it. Enough! To dwell in the past is to die in the present. The situation is not as the same as it was. I'm sorry, I'll take that again. The situation is not the same as it was then. The knowledge I've acquired in the years since that time is yet to be applied to this problem. I think I have the solution. Why it did not occur to me sooner, I do not know, unless the idea of it had been pushed out of the thought of my sons. A prison book. I will not get into details about the prison book, but suffice it to say that in later games, they kind of erased the prison book from canon. Also, the game is still loading. Still going. It's been over an hour. A prison book. Many years ago, during a hunting expedition through the ruins of Denis, I chanced upon a formula for a most unusual type of book. Unfortunately, due to the fact that my father was then in the habit of confiscating my discoveries, I was forced to leave it behind. Used later, however, as part of my efforts to protect the vulnerable worlds linked to the books in my library, I was pleased to find that I could still recall most of the formula, and with little experimentation quickly succeeded in creating one of these devices myself. The procedure is actually quite simple. By altering key lines of text but slightly, a normal linking book's connection can be partially severed, such that anybody who attempts to use the book will be permanently trapped in the dark void of the link. That is, unless someone else then uses the book. I have to head off soon, but this has been very fun. I'm glad you enjoyed it. The VOD will be on my YouTube channel, link in the doobly-doo. I will not be editing out the silliness of getting the loading screen to work, just because why not? That is, unless someone else then uses the book, at which point that person will become trapped, and the first person displaced back into the world. The technique can then be applied to books that have already been written, changes to the original text being so slight that anyone who's unfamiliar with the code will be unable to detect them. If indeed my father has not changed, what better bait could there be than a book that appeared to be linked back here to Dunny? Trouble. My nightly analysis of the island's condition has revealed that the tremors have begun again. The pattern, however, is new. The disturbance is the result of changes that I have made. This did not, at first, concern me. However, tremors of this type were one of the possible side effects that I had anticipated during this initial phase of the island's readjustment. Still, in order to verify my assumptions, I decided to calculate again, incorporating the new data. The results were not what I expected. The damage to the understructure is more extensive than I'd realized. Sorry, I'll take that again. I can no longer go to Riven as planned. Catherine, forgive me. I must act while I still have the time. The signs are barely visible, but there's no question that the island's deterioration is accelerating. Total collapse is imminent unless I can keep ahead. That is becoming increasingly difficult to do. With every passing moment, I gain a clearer picture of the incredible chaos that is my father's economy of words has yielded. But it is a dismaying process. The complexity of the problem is overwhelming. There is no end to this. The last few days have all but convinced me that the collapse of Riven is inevitable, and that, at best, I can only hope to delay it now, and hope that at some point the island will become stable enough to risk a rescue attempt. I think I've come up with a way to subdue the tremors. It will require my exclusive attention for at least a month or two, so it may be necessary to discontinue these journal attempts for a while. Something truly miraculous has happened. Beyond all conceivable probability, someone has finally found my lost mislinking book and has freed me from this prison. I immediately realized that this could be the solution to my dilemma, and I believe that my mysterious benefactor is still willing to assist me. I'm still not sure it can work. The logistics of such a scheme are formidable, but the mere fact that it may now be possible for me to continue my repairs to Riven and proceed with my original attempt to find Catherine has given me renewed hope. 3 days later. The last few days... Oh, by the way, the rescuing the mislinking book is the end of the previous game. That's what that is. The last few days have left me little time to work out the remaining problems with sending someone to Riven. It did occur to me, however, that if a way could be found to signal me once again had been captured, it would no longer be necessary to take a real linking book to Riven, and risk the possibility of inadvertently releasing Gen. The deteriorated state of the gateway image makes use of a visual signal impossible, but the picture remains a reliable indicator of Riven's condition nonetheless. By measuring and interpreting various variations in the noise patterns, I'm still able to observe basic changes that occur in the age, even though I cannot see them. The problem is that my instruments can only detect changes that occur on a fundamental level, and it seems unlikely that an individual could effect such an elementary change from within an age. The idea may be foolish. Still, there is a known weakness that may be worth investigating. An anomaly that appears as a rift between two separate systems. The Star Fissure. But how, or even if this fact could be exploited, I cannot say. Sending someone to Riven also means that once I received the signal that they were ready to return, I would have to leave my writing in order to take a real linking book there myself. However, provided that my father was safely out of the way, it should take very little time. After that, assuming that the island does not meet much damage in my absence, it should be a relatively simple matter to hold it together long enough for Catherine to return to Riven and evacuate the remaining islanders. Predetermining a signal without knowing the topography of the island may prove to be impossible, but I'm afraid there can only be one answer as to the question of whether or not I should send my friend to Riven with a way out. The potential for failure will be greatly diminished if the prison book is all that is taken there. I'm sure my father is expecting me to bring a linking book back to Riven. May not be disappointed. So the reason why I had to read that is because there's another journal here. Also, pleased to be noting this. Also, this. I do not have the energy to read another journal entry right now, and if I want to play this properly, I need to read this journal because there's stuff in this journal specifically that's very important. So I'm going to call it there. It's been 2 hours. I had intended this to be more new Riven, but unfortunately, we were denied. Also, spoilers is against Office. This will become obvious once I read the book that I'm not reading right now. Anyway. And once again, it has been an hour and a half, and this stupid thing is still loading. I need to like film this and then use it as like a backdrop or something because this is too funny. Okay. My voice is getting hoarse. I cannot do another reading, especially because I'll be reading it in Gens and I'll have to do his serious kind of faux Britishness going on there. So I'm gonna log off and defrag. It's only 8:30. Like it's only 8:30. But my voice is hoarse, and again, Nymphet's playing Dark Cosmic Whale Sisterhood. And I cannot tell you how much I want to watch her play that. I've been wanting to watch her play this for... Oops, hold on. You can hear in the background. So, I'm going to go over there. And I'm disappointed. Very disappointed about New Riven. It's probably not an issue with me. It's probably an issue. It's probably not an issue with the game. It's probably an issue with my computer. But my voice is getting hoarse and I can't keep this up. I've had a long day and I want to relax for a bit. So, barring accidents, I may be on tomorrow, and we might either continue more Riven, or we might do some Next Fest demos. I don't know what I'm going to do. But until that time, you take care of yourselves out there. Because you know what? You're special. You take care of yourselves.